I'm sitting here with Travis, who was the first person voted out of the Big Brother house this summer by a vote 11-2. All right, Travis, we just played head of household. Want to know who won?
I do, yeah.
Your former teammate, Kylan.
Ah, Mr. Kai Guy.
So the queens are safe. They needed that this week after losing a valuable member, I would think.
Big time, yeah.
Now, I want to know if you've ever heard of something called the BB Surfer's Curse.
I have. I'm a little familiar with it, unfortunately.
Okay, for viewers who don't know, for one reason or another, there have been 3 other surfer types who were voted out first during their summer, dating back from as recently as Jace in season 17, David season 15, Braden season 11. Do you have a theory as to why that might be?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we're kind of, I'm also categorizing myself into that. We seem a little too chill, a little too laid back and not willing to, put in work or get it done. And maybe we're not really viewed as competitors. Someone that's just kind of down to clown and not do much in the house.
Well, we talked about this first week, you didn't try and form any alliances. Do you regret that now?
So, I mean, like I tried my hardest to kind of go out on my own and form really close bonds with people individually that I then hoped to pull into any sort of alliance. But I think on the back end, people were being way more blunt and upfront rather than kind of formulating those relationships first. They were kind of going in directly speaking about game and their strategy and their desire to form an alliance. And I should have been more straightforward about my desires for that.
Well, being in there for only 9 days, you gave a very classy speech that seemed like you have made some real friendships. Is that accurate? That's
accurate, yeah. I mean, these last couple of days, there's been a ton of offhanded comments, but they've been genuine in that they spoke to the legitimacy of friendships that we want to hang out afterwards. We're making plans, to kind of travel the world together with a couple of house guests. So, yeah, I think that will happen, and I did form a genuine bond with a couple of house guests.
For example, who?
Brent, love the guy with my whole heart. Derek and
Derek X.
Derek X. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I would ride with anyone in there if they wanted to. And Christian, even though we didn't even get a whole lot of time to form a huge connection, he was just mentioning he wants to travel, see Hawaii, and I was like, please, my door is always open.
Now, Frenchie promised you and Xavier and Big D safety. Obviously, he didn't hold up. Mm-hmm. He didn't come through with that.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
I honestly think it was kind of a series of unfortunate events that went off. I mean, his original target was Brent, and then they were like father and son after their conversation. Then he was going for Christian, and that kid, nailed the wild card comp and nailed down his safety, and took X with him, who I think also spooked Mr. French a little bit. And I mean, it was just, pawn after pawn was falling until no one was really left. And by the time some sort of alliance was kind of coming together, I was easy pickings as someone that probably physically looks like a competitor and someone worthy of getting off.
Had you stayed in the house tonight, would you have targeted Frenchie?
I mean, yeah, when it comes down, I mean, I love the guy, but as far as the game goes, he's a total liar. And I would have made people more aware of that. And not target him blatantly myself, though, because I think he does control a good bit of the house.
Really?
Yeah, it just seems like he has sway.
When you have power.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see
fair.
how it goes.
Just his father figure, something about him.
Yeah, I could see that. Was playing Big Brother harder than you thought it was going to be?
It was 10 times harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm a very, very loving person. I'm really an amicable personality with just about anybody, and I started to kind of fall headfirst into genuine friendship, and I didn't have the savagery, I think, that it took to lie to people's faces and to be malicious in any way about any of the wonderful people in that house.
With Kylan now in power, who do you think he's going to target? Frenchie? Frenchie nominated him, even though Frenchie didn't say he didn't say he wanted him out. He said he was using him as bait.
Right. And I guess that in a way came to fruition. I mean, Kylan, got his booty off the block. Whether it was, Frenchie's telling Derek to take him off the block with a veto or not, he got off the block. And I think, again, it goes back to Frenchie. I think he has so much sway just being the oldest guy in the house. He has a deep voice. Everyone, leans in a little when he talks. and I think he'll honestly sway in whatever direction Frenchie wants him to. So I could see Christian going up next.
Wow. We'll have to see if you're right.
Spicy things happening, Julie.
Looking back on your 9 days, which probably felt like 9 years.
Sure did.
What's your fondest memory that you will take home with you to Hawaii?
I think my fondest memory just has to be the genuine conversations I had with people, kind of one-on-one, no game talk at all, and I just got to know, I mean, I get to bring the guy up who's the reason I'm sitting here, Frenchie. I mean, he's here for his family. He's had, you know, the same hardship and struggle in his life as anybody else, and he's not typically the character that would look like I would get, you know, be best buddies with him, and same goes for Tiffany and Brent, and we had just such strong connections formed from those, what I felt like were really genuine conversations, and I'll cherish those.
I hope that continues, the friendships outside the house. I think they will for you.
I think they will.
Travis, thank you so much.
Thanks, Juju.
Be well. You know, that's my family nickname.
Yep, I'm part of the fam now.
Yeah,
right?
you are. I guess so. All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.